Howdy doody, everyone. Welcome back here to the channel. I know it's been a little bit since I've actually sat down and recorded a video for you guys. It's actually kind of really nice that I get to do this for you guys. I haven't had the opportunity to really sit down and do this for you guys. But with all of that out of the way, today we're going to just be playing a little bit of Mario 64 Randomizer. I'm kind of using this video more as just a casual sit down and talk with you guys type video, because, you know, I wanted to keep you guys updated, keep you guys in the loop of a lot of what's going on, because I know for maybe the past month or so, the channel's been kind of just memes, which I have had no issue with. I want to say that. There's a, oh boy, Lethal Lava Land. This is gonna be fun. But you know, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes that I've just wanted to talk to you guys about. And obviously there's been a lot of kind of newish stuff coming to the channel that I haven't had the time to sit down and clarify to you guys as to what these things are. So I guess if we're going to be starting from anywhere, I wanted to start with school, the main reason why things have been so different here on the channel. A lot of the reason that things have been different and a bit more inconsistent than they were during my summer break is simply for that reason, school. And to really go a bit more in depth into stuff revolving around school, I've been having a really tough time with school. I'm just going to flat out say, guys, school is rough right now. Basically, the way they have us doing school as it currently stands, you know, that was a good move on my part. The way they have us doing school as it currently stands is that we go 2 days a week. We go 2 days a week physically, and it, you know, I naturally, my first thought, and I think a lot of people's first thought with that is that, wow, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, you only have to go physically 2 days a week. Problem is they have to, you know, that was just stupid on my part. They have to assign us enough work to kind of account for that. And so as a result, there's actually been a very big overload of work, as well as the way that things have been organized with it has been strange, to say the least. So personally, it has led to me really struggling. What's made me struggle more than anything is that there was a change made outside of just having to change things for COVID-19. This was actually something that my school changed simply because of county stuff and, like, I think it's layoffs and all that. But they had to actually make it so that instead of taking 4 classes per semester, I love this music instrument changing section of the roundabout. That was so good. We have had to take 8 classes per semester. 8 classes to keep up with. Guys, that has been a mess for me. I was doing really good. 4 classes, but 8 classes does not cut it for me. And along with this, there was the very inconvenient timing of that I decided I was going to take my first AP class this year. First and only, I should actually say. Is there another star? There's another star here, I think. Should be. Oh my god. Okay. And so, as you can imagine, with me already struggling, I feel like I would have struggled quite a bit, even if it was just... How is he not? How is he not in the lava? Okay, that's fine. But yeah, no, you gotta think, I probably would have been struggling a fair amount, even if I just had all regular classes. Having an AP class on top of this has killed me, dude. Easy to say that I've been very stressed out during this time, and it's just all around been a rough situation. You know, rough around the edges. It just, I wish I could say things have been easier, but they haven't. So that's kind of what's going on there. In other news outside of school, as a lot of you guys know, I've been releasing new music in midst of all of the, I guess, changes that have been essentially made. Oh, Tiny Huge Island. I don't want to do that. I want to try something else. You know, despite all of the mess of stuff that is school that has been going on. Ooh, shifting sandland. Despite all the mess of schoolwork that has been going on that has been stressing me out really badly, I have been working on new music. And there's a very specific reason I wanted to talk about this, because before I feel like this wouldn't have been as relevant given you guys already knew this. I talked to you guys a while back about how I wanted to possibly get into making a full metal album. And a lot of you guys may have noticed that I've released 4 tracks very recently. And I wanted to kind of talk about those for a little bit in this video, or this segment of recording. This might end up being a talk that we have throughout the course of multiple videos. But essentially, why was there just lag? What the frick? Mario 64 is not having a fun time. I also see another star over there, so I might want to go get that. But essentially, the the thing about this new music and the reason that I point it out now is actually because of the fact that it's because of the fact that, as you guys have noticed, the cover art is different. And so it could, it could be me simply doing a thing of, oh, I just wanted to change up the cover art. I wasn't a fan of the other one. Absolutely wrong. I freaking loved that other cover art that I was doing for the metal album. Issue comes in the fact that I wasn't too happy with the metal album itself. Not because I didn't like the songs. I want to make that very, very clear. I have actually really loved the songs that I've been doing for that metal album. I say the metal album because I don't really have a name for it. I actually don't really have a name going outside of the albums until I finish them, or near when they're about to be. There it is. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't really have a name for them until close to their completion. And so, as a result, I just refer to it as a metal album or my new album, just things like that. Basically, the whole ordeal with it. I want to try getting that. Which one are we doing? Okay, this is the standing on top of the 4 pillars one. Hopefully it counts these. I don't know how it identifies whether you stood on one or not. But essentially, I've changed up the album cover because of the fact that I want to kind of release those metal tracks as their own album, because I want to focus a fair amount on what I am making right now and what I think I've always been good with, which is very emotion-filled. I thought that was going to work. It really didn't. I think I'm going to move on to a different level. I've always tried to home in on a lot of very emotional stuff. For those of you who don't know, my other album that I've released, Grievances, is supposed to tell not a tale of something personally for me, but something more or less for someone who has lost people in their lives, through loss and just that kind of stuff. Hence why the album name is Grievances. And a lot of this album, 5 tracks off the album in a row. I think is my headphones slightly unplugged? I can't tell. But that's super convenient. But 5 tracks off the album are very much centered around going through the 5 stages of grief. That's just how the album. I wanted the album to very much. Why am I trying to go to another level when literally there's another starting gate here? But essentially, it's the whole album's supposed to be centered around the idea of someone passing away and the whole thought process, the mindset that someone goes through when that happens. And you know, again, I don't want to get really, like, I guess, what was the word? Philosophical sounding with it, but it's really special to me, and that album will always be really special to me. And I want to have a lot more music that's more special like that. And so I have taken the opportunity with these last 4 songs that I've made to home in. Ooh, this is interesting. Big boost on it. I've taken the opportunity to home in on more of that kind of style. Even more so, because is this the one that gives you a star? I've taken the opportunity to home in on it due to the fact that... Oh, this isn't the one that gives you a star. Anyways, I've taken the opportunity to home in on this simply due to the fact that this album, I wanted to have something different. I wanted to, rather than this be something struggling that, like, you know, a lot of other people struggle with, I wanted this to be an album that I could cover for my own personal struggles I've had in the past, and struggles that maybe I'm having now due to situations at hand. So I wanted to cover that. And I guess if we're really going to be covering any of the tracks, really, a lot of them are just centered around certain mindsets that I've had. Certain, you know, even if it's just very brief of the moment, you know, just kind of very subtle mindsets that I've had. You know, with Hurt being more about just like, I'm not in a good mindset. You know, it's that kind of thing. That's what Hurt was really about. Isolation really being about the fact that in the midst of everything, you'd think even with me going back to school that I would be able to just, you know, get back into the swing of seeing the people that I love, you know, because we go to school physically. Unfortunately, I can't even do this mission because of the fact that they've separated us into groups. Most of my friends are in a different group. So, unfortunately, I don't get to see them. And for me, that hurts a lot. Ooh, this is interesting. Do you have to get the 8 red coins to... I think I'm just going to get... Yeah, I'm going to get it for measures. But... Yeah, no, basically... The whole thing is that I just want this album to be about personal struggles for me. That's not what I was 100% focused on. So we had Hurt, we had Isolation. What was the other one? Crisis. I actually wanted to talk about Crisis more on the instrumentational basis of it, because that song, in my opinion, probably the most professional song I've made. Most professional sounding song. I wanted to always, when I've been making music, I've always wanted to make a orchestral song. I've always wanted to do that. My phone alarm's fixing to go off because it's like my phone alarm for school. I woke up early, so I figured I'd record this video. I hear it. Oh, there we go. Hold on.